jump on in here and get it going. Hello, I am Carl Gray III. I am your host for this wonderful evening. Yes, indeed. Happy summertime to everyone. It's going to be a real fun time today. That's what I'm going to say. Because I know y'all are looking forward to some great information. I'm going to jump right into it because I know that everyone's time is precious on this great evening. So, go ahead, come on in. Feel free during the course of this information session to ask any questions that you may have in the comment section and all of that good stuff. Yes, indeed. So I'm going to jump right into this, and hopefully you'll get out some good information. Feel free to tag your friends, share this, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. All right. So today we're going to have the ethical hacking 101 information session. And some of you all may have been to an information session before, but I promise you this one's actually going to be pretty different. There's a lot that's going to be going on that's different from any other time I've done this course. So let's go ahead and I'm going to jump right into it right now. All right. So as always, this is how to start a career in cybersecurity, even if you have no computer science degree, no cybersecurity experience, any of that. And I'm going to make sure that you can do it even faster than ever been done before. All right. Meaning by me. Okay. So get right into the facts. Cybersecurity is truly one of the fastest growing industries, not just in the United States, but in the entire world. And so, being prepared for this is something that everybody wants to do. And you see that every day something new is coming out about a new hack or a new threat, or even happened to the gas line. You know what I mean? But where there is an issue, there's also an opportunity. So that opportunity comes from cybersecurity professionals like myself and your future self being able to take advantage of it because you have the skills necessary to become a cybersecurity expert. All right. So keep it going. With the boom of technology comes the boom of cybersecurity. Every time a new phone comes out, a new computer comes out, a new device comes out, whether it be the Apple Watch, an iPhone, an Android, there's always a threat. Because things have to be protected. Your information has to be protected. Your children have to be protected. You yourself must be protected. And as we can see, even our gas pipelines need to be protected. Our governments need to be protected. So that means there's a whole lot of jobs out there for you. And according to Tech Republic, data breaches are increasing more than 50% every year. So that means the job market in our field is increasing more than 50% every year, right? And I'm going to teach you how to quickly be able to take advantage of that. Just stick around. So today you are truly in the right place. This training is perfect for students, yes, students, even if you're still in school, who have an interest in computer and or cybersecurity. It's also perfect for individuals or professionals who want to make a change in their career. Maybe you're a teacher, maybe you're a chef, maybe whatever you are. You can turn what you do into a career in cybersecurity, and I can even tell you how it matters. There's not one thing that is done out there that we don't affect. It's perfect for people who excel in problem solving and critical thinking and want to turn that into a lucrative career. Yeah, if you sit there and you kind of question stuff, you look at it and you say, hold up, maybe it should work like this or maybe it should work like that. This is really, really perfect for you indeed. So you are worth this. And that's what I want to tell you first and foremost. You are truly worth this. So to prove to yourself that you're worth it, here's what I want you to do. Take a quick second, close your email. Close all 20 browser windows that you currently have open. Yes, I have them myself. Close the door. Don't let anything come in. Close the door. Be like, hey, not right now. Put your phone and social media on silent, meaning don't let nobody call you, don't let nobody bug you. If you're a parent, ask your children not to kill themselves for the next hour, because, hey, that's how it works. So I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds to do that. Go ahead, yell at the kid. Go sit down. Leave me alone. It's warm outside. Go play in the fire hose. Oh, they might not do that no more. But whatever. So why should you listen to me? Well, the easiest way for me to tell you is to just tell you my journey. So started off, 2006. Let's say, I was, I had a bachelor's in political science, not computer science. Yeah, my dad did kind of want me to do that, but I decided I wanted to be a politician. Everything comes around, right? I had some computer experience. I was blessed to do some things for my pastor in my church, and so I did know some things about computers. But I had zero cybersecurity experience. I didn't really know what cybersecurity was. I didn't know what IT audit was, none of that stuff. And of course, I had no certifications. There was nothing I could do to touch it. Now, let's talk, fast forward some years later. Today, I am certified in the areas of cybersecurity, IT assurance, and IT auditing. I'm a CISA, a certified information systems auditor. I'm a certified ethical hacker. I'm a certified penetration tester, have over a decade of experience, 25,000 hours plus of paid consulting work, hundreds of hours of study, research, and development, probably thousands of hours now. Um, and I'm the founder and owner of Learn from a Hacker, which is putting this on today through Prototype Consulting Group, LLC. All right. So they say, ask me what I do and who I do it for, right? So I start off, I do ethical hacking and penetration testing, of course, security awareness and training, meaning I go places and I teach people how not to get hacked. I teach those type of classes. I do IT auditing, meaning I support financial statement audits and looking at financial systems to make sure that the numbers are fair and free of fraud. Business development, which actually goes into what I do, because as I am able to help someone with their security, I'm also able to help them with their efficiency. Process improvement, I do business process improvement, disaster recovery, and business continuity, which is very, very, very key in cybersecurity, because even as we know with what just happened over the past year and a half with the shutdowns, people remote working, that was a part of business continuity, and security is very important to that, with your VPN, remote working, and all that kind of stuff. And who I do it for. This is just a few of my clients. We're going to go through this very, very, very quickly. Network Solutions, which is a provider of the .coms and .orgs and .uses around the world. Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, the National Council of Negro Women, the United States Treasury Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, Marriott Incorporated, Pepco, Exelon, the Links, Miami-Dade Transit Authority, Metropolitan Washington Airports Authority, the City of Los Angeles, the Maryland Transportation Authority, and of course the other HU. So yes, that's a whole lot. Those are just a few of my clients. The list goes on and on and on, but I just picked those because I just random and liked them. Even Howard, yes. So this can actually be your story too. So wherever you are now, we can quickly get you to the next page, a place where you are doing what I do, even doing better. I always look forward to that. Now, why would you even want to do that? Why would you want to become an ethical hacker? Why would you want to get into cybersecurity? The question is, does ethical hacking pay? And I'm not talking about the intrinsic value and how you may feel the inside, but I'm always a fan of follow the money. So let's talk about how much it actually pays in your pocket. So the founder of No Wire Security, Eric Geyer, he estimates a more conservative 50 to 100,000 per year in the first year of working, depending on your employer experience and education. Of course, every result is not typical, but it is a growing field that's on demand. The average salary of a certified ethical hacker, starting salary, is $95,000, according to EC Council Senior Director Stephen Graham. As of October 11th, 2019, the average annual pay for an ethical hacker in the United States is $115,571 per year. And so that's really what you want to, look at, is it worth it? And then, I was even informed that in the area of cybersecurity, we have a 0% unemployment rate, meaning there are more jobs than there are people to fill those jobs. So it's just positioning yourself, having the right training, knowing how to put the right thing on your resume, and contacting the right folks. So let's talk about how I got there. The first thing I did was I took an interest. I wanted to do this. I was again blessed by one of my mentors, a guy named CJ Sampson, who brought me in with the blessings of my pastor to work under him. And, he allowed me to take an interest and take a class just like the one that I literally just like the one that I'm teaching. I took a chance because it was like I did not know exactly what I was getting myself into. So I took a chance. Then, of course, I took a class. I had to learn it. I mean, there was some research I did on my own, but it really took taking a boot camp to get to where I wanted to be. And most importantly, I took control. And that's what I want to help you to do today. I want to help you to take control of the future. Yes, even with the stars in the background on the screen. That's what I want you to do. Take control of your future. And truly, with skills in cybersecurity, you can be sure that not only will you always have a job, but you'll be able to protect yourself and your family from emerging threats. Because what the truth of the matter is, there are more threats out there than you can even imagine when it comes to cybersecurity. So let's talk about what you've probably heard about what I do. Number one, you have to be great at computers to start a cybersecurity. Um, Jobs in cybersecurity are isolated from people. You're stuck in somebody's basement, or you're in a closet, or you're only looking at X's and O's and zeros and ones and all of that stuff. You must have a degree in computer science. It takes years to learn how to hack, and you're too young or you're too old to get into cybersecurity. But let's talk about the truth. And I'm here to tell you that you can be an ethical hacker in less than 2 months. Actually, you can be an ethical hacker in less than 1 week. And I'm here to help you do that. So the truth is, myth number one, you have to be great to start at computers to start in cybersecurity. The fact is, whatever you're doing now can translate into cybersecurity. The truth is, I was in politics before I got into cybersecurity, politics and consulting. I was working, doing campaigns. I was actually also working with a venture capitalist company, but this everything I did has translated, and I'll even tell you how or why. Um, Jobs of cybersecurity are isolated from people. That's not true either. Because a lot of what we do involves interacting with people, whether we're doing social engineering, different audits, security assessments, even presenting, I've been in a room with some of the most powerful people that you can expect, telling them how to fix their systems. Um, Myth number three is you have to have a degree in computer science. The truth is, you actually don't have to have any degree, even though it's recommended. But there are many certifications that don't require a degree. Actually, some of my interns, I'm actually setting them up to get degrees before they even graduate high school. All right. I'm sorry, get certifications before they graduate high school. Myth number four, it takes years to learn how to act. And no, the truth is, I want you to be a job ready, ethical hacker before the summer is over. All right. And the final myth is that you're too young or too old to learn cybersecurity. And the fact is, all I can say is that I have, as young as 11, as old as 58, and I know we can do older than that. All right. And so the truth is, it doesn't take years to learn how to hack. And as a matter of fact, by the end of this webinar, you'll be ready to get started. All right. So let's jump right into it. What is a hacker? Let's tell the truth. It's a person who spends a great deal of time tinkering with hardware and or software, either to develop more efficient programs or to bypass unnecessary steps to get the job done more efficiently. Now, I often use the concept of a water bottle. I thought I had a water bottle with me, but I don't. But I can actually pick up anything and talk about it. For instance, let's talk about, this thing of Mio. I use Mio in my water sometimes. This in and of itself is a hack. Most of the time, because it takes what people normally drink, which is water, and you pour it in there and you've changed the composition of it to make it more efficient. It makes it more tasty. Sometimes it can give whether it has it has vitamins, and this one has caffeine in it because I stay up a lot. But it helps you to do more. So that's the example I'll use today. Like I said, if I had my water bottle with me, I'd use that one. Where I talk about a straw is essentially a hack. Um, so, a hacker can be ethical, which is a white hat like myself, or criminal, which is a black hat. The only real difference between an ethical hacker and a criminal hacker is permission. Everything that I do, I have permission to do it. I would not do anything illegal. Trust me, I've been asked, and I always say no. I let them know that that's not what I do. Um, the job of an ethical hacker. Truly, we are the ultimate security professional. We know how to find and exploit vulnerabilities that most people, don't even think about. Like most people have no idea what type of what vulnerabilities lie in their web browser or on the applications that they run, or why it's important to update and upgrade their devices and softwares and hardwares and firmwares and all that. They just think it's something to do, but most of the time it has something to do with security. And so this is even companies, like many companies have things in place that we expose to show them to how to make it better, because the bad guys are always looking for something. Has somebody talked to some of these companies um, prior to some of these major hacks that we've had recently, we probably could have avoided some high gas prices. Yes, I said it. We're a programmer who legally attempts to break into a computer system or network in order to find its vulnerabilities. The ethical hackers, we expose vulnerabilities that the target entity can mitigate them before they're illegally or accidentally exposed. We don't just look for what's illegal, we look for what's accidental, what people may accidentally do, whether it's visiting a certain type of website or downloading something, or, not having your BIOS locked and all of that type of stuff. And I'll throw in a little technical jargon there to tickle your fancy, because these are things that we'll talk about even during the class. All right. We help to inform and protect clients from cyber threats by providing recommendations for security improvements. So the jobs of an ethical hacker that you can have, once you become one of us, a network administrator or manager, because you know how to secure it and run it. A security investigator, yes, you can be on the next CSI. A penetration tester like myself. Web security administrator or manager, make sure somebody's website, because websites are everywhere now. Mobile apps, all of that, making sure that they're properly secured and updated. Data security analyst or specialist, because different data and packets that's going through, and you can look at them and even help an entity use them to their advantage. Computer or digital forensic investigator, like I said, CSI cyber, hey, show not on the air no more, but that doesn't mean you can't have a job. IT security administrator, consultant, or manager. Yes, that is what I do as well. I do IT security consulting. Network defense technicians, meaning you actually sit there and build systems. Actually, one of my friends does that. And one of the most fun is a social engineer. These individuals, they rarely even touch the computer. They hack the mind, they hack the human brain, they hack the human, which is the most complicated computer out there. But we do that. And social engineering is probably my favorite part, as you could tell, since I am pretty much a talker. So what does it take to become an ethical hacker? I just want to tell you right now, you have what it takes. Before I even go through the list, I'm going to tell you that you have what it takes to become an ethical hacker. So number one, a sharp mind, being able to think quickly, be able to think on your feet. That's one of the, it goes without saying that quick thinking and efficient decision making are two of the most important characteristics of an ethical hacker. Problem solving, is a major skill possessed by those who are trying to break into systems and networks that have all types of security. And we do also physical penetration as well, like try to get through different types of doors and mechanisms locking those. So it's just being able to think pretty fast. Really important is your ethical compass. One of the things that I always stress is that everything we do is with permission. That's one of the reasons why I've created so many labs for my students, so that everything that they want to do and they want to learn, up to a year, they're able to attack, the servers that I have to practice, so that they don't get, hemmed up trying to attack something they have no business attacking, because they're just curious. So, so ethical compass is something that's very important. It's something that I truly promote, because you do get access to things that most people will never see, most people will never do, most people will never even know existed. So being ethical is very important. And along with that, we will not, I repeat, we will not be hacking Sally Mae, Nailnet, none of those joints. That's not what we do here. I know everybody wants to do it. Like, please, can you get the Nevian? No, that's not what we do here. Sorry. Always be willing to learn and expand your knowledge. Unlike any other industry, technology grows so fast. You'll always be learning something, always be doing something. If you have an antivirus, which you should, on your computer, you'll notice that every day is updating definitions. That's how fast things grow here. We're looking for 0 days, different common vulnerabilities. So you just want to know those type of things, and even methodologies, networking skills. And I'm not necessarily talking about, routers and switches, even though that's good to know as well. But networking meaning being able to talk to people. Education, that's important now. And I'm not necessarily saying degrees, because though degrees are important, more than anything, it's the willingness to go and learn. Education, it's not mandatory to be a graduate, as I said before, but it is very, very, very important that you are always learning, always, always, always learning. So that being said, are you ready to get started learning? Meaning, are you ready to start your career, your journey to a recession-proof career in ethical hacking? So, real quick, here's what you will need. This is what gets you started: a personal computer, whether it be a laptop or desktop. I have both. Windows 7 or better, or Mac OS 10.5, 8 gigs of RAM, 100 free gigs of memory, or you can build your entire lab on Amazon Web Service for free. It's up to you. And should you take my class, we'll definitely show you how. So that's all you need. You don't have to go get it now. Like most of my hacking computers, I got from the pawn shop. That's just how easy it is to set it up. And these are state of the art tools that are used in our field. And I'll even talk to you about that. So let's just talk about what it takes. What our methodology is. First, as with everything, we plan. Then we do intelligence gathering. We do footprinting, enumeration, vulnerability identification, vulnerability exploitation, and detection evasion. Now, that's done throughout the entire process. You never want to get caught. Even doing it ethically, it's very important to disguise your identity. All right. Now, before I go any further, let me tell you about my first hack, right? So I had taken a boot camp, very much like this one. And so what happened was, I can't say the client's name, but I was hired to look at a particular system at this client site. And I wasn't sure, how it's like, did I really learn anything? Did I really do anything? Because, you do it in the classroom. It's like, okay, does this translate? And so I just started trying stuff out, stuff that I learned, pulled out, the old stuff that they showed me. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead, do this. So I started with social engineering, which is great. I ended up getting the secretary's username and password. Then I plugged into an open port that was somewhere random, and started running scans and pulling stuff out and looking at this, looking at that. And I ended up at this place, which is a quasi-government organization, accessing over 10,000 FBI background check files. Yes, that's what I ended up getting without not even knowing that it was there, because different vulnerabilities that they had in their system allowed me to do that. And that was my very first hack. Now imagine how that made me feel, knowing that that the things that I had done and I had been practicing actually were working. It actually was worth it, and it worked. So and I took a boot camp very similar to the one, a 5-day boot camp, very similar to the one that I'm teaching, that I'm going to be teaching this summer, that I'm telling you about today. So that's how my first hack went. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump right back into the presentation, but I just wanted to jump out there and let you know that this really, really, really does work. All right. So now stop. See yourself in that position. See yourself in that situation where you're going in and you're using skills that you just got, to whether it could be something simple like helping a friend's website. One of my students from my other classes, that's what she was able to do. One of her friends has a website. And before the class was even over, she was using the skills that she was learning to hack her friend's website, to show her the vulnerabilities. And mind you, this woman's a fashion designer. She didn't really know computers like that. It took her a while to get her footing even in the class, but once she did, she hit the ground running. And so she was able to do that. You can be the expert in your field. When you walk into these rooms, and you're helping these major corporations protect themselves from the bad guys, they see you as the expert. And again, like I said, I've sat at the table with CEOs, CFOs, CTOs, CIOs, all of these people telling them, hey, this is what you need to do. There was one time I was brought into a room. It was supposed to be a 10-minute meeting for me to just say, a couple of things to the CEO that I noticed. This meeting ended up going over an hour and a half, with me letting them know of all of the problems and all that we needed to do to fix them, and ended up increasing the budget by 5 figures. No, actually, yeah, by 5 figures, just for me to stay on and do more work. So and this again, all the tools that I give you are the same tools that I use. I know there's some classes out there where they'll give you a kiddie version. I was shocked. I was helping somebody who was taking a cybersecurity class given by a major university, and they gave them this little kiddie version of Linux. Like, why would they do that? Well, you can get the real thing, for free. But whatever. But I'm going to show you how to get the free one, not have to pay extra for it, and even use it right. The truth of the matter is, you showed up today for a reason. Maybe it's more than one, even though you're really busy. Because, like I said, summertime is here. Cicadas are out. Maybe trying to dodge some cicadas. Like, I'm going to go watch a webinar so I don't get hit by a cicada. I get that too, Hoss. But you showed up today because you probably see the job landscape changing, and you don't want to get stuck in a dead end profession. Or maybe you are a student, or you have a student in your house that is that has an interest in this, and you want to get a jump start in doing it. Like, even if you're going to school for it, trust me, this is a great supplement for what you'll be learning in school. Ask my interns. But I have great news. You have two choices, and I'm going to tell you what those two choices are right now. Option A, you can do it yourself with what you've learned today. I've actually already given you the steps that I use, and I'm going to tell you even more of those steps coming up. It might include, more trial and error. And by this time next year, or this time in a few months, you may be wishing you had done better. It'll take some struggle. It'll take some, like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Am I looking at the right thing? All that kind of stuff. There's also option B, the recommended option. 9 out of 10 doctors would recommend it. We fast track your results to becoming a career ready ethical hacker ASAPidly. Now, I'm going to tell you how to do option A, because that's what some people want to do. Number one, you search YouTube. Yes, it's out there, but actually, YouTube is actually getting ready to start banning videos that teach how to hack. So it's going to be less and less easy to get this type of stuff. You create your own test labs. Since you have to have one to practice without getting arrested. You can't just go trying to hack Amazon or even a mom and pop website. All of that is illegal, and you can and will get caught. Trust me. You study all the different methodologies that are out there. Just flip a coin and pick one and think it'll work. Like I said, a lot of trial and error. Oh, but before that, you have to figure out what to study. Like, okay, are you going to do web application hacking? What is how do you do network traversal? How do you hide your location? What are you looking at for ports and protocols? All of that. So you have that option. But so we can talk about that. Now, before we get to any question and answers, I want to show you what is quickly possible. And normally at this time, in my normal seminars, if you've ever been to one of my webinars, I would be inviting you to my 7-week intensive training, Ethical Hacking 101, where, it's over 7 weeks, one class a week with a couple of labs, and, you learn different things. It is very, very effective. I'm actually in the middle of one right now, and people are learning and doing more and more. But for the first time ever, I'm inviting you to my 5-day accelerated bootcamp starting July 26th. So that entire week from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily. All right. But what if that time isn't convenient? Don't worry, I have that covered. Just stick around. We're going to talk about it. Like, what? That time's not good. I got you. Trust me. All right. But again, as I talked about, become a career-ready ethical hacker in 5 days. Yes, you can go 0 to hero in days, not weeks. By the end of the course, You will have the fundamentals of ethical hacking and cybersecurity, be able to perform numerous hacks and penetration tests, have marketable skills that can be used in the workforce, be able to put ethical hacker on your resume with confidence, and why a boot camp? And so, number one, it's not just theory and information. These are actual hands-on labs where you're doing this. We're creating labs in the back end. There's going to be actual websites you can use. You're going to learn how to use Google in a way that you never thought even possible, to get information and all of that kind of stuff. A fully immersive experience helps you to retain the information, meaning spending that kind of time every day, learning and doing it is going to help to change your mind. The constant achievement, again, every day you will achieve something measurable, something to give you that boost. It will truly boost your confidence and you'll be able to feel it. I remember when I was going through my boot camp, the first day I was a little nervous, like, man, I've never done anything like this before. How am I typing this? What is this, that, and the other? But as every day progressed, it was like, oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do this. So by the end of the week, when I took the test and got my certificate, I was like, bring on my next client. I was ready for it. Let's go. That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? That was my Dave Chappelle voice. And also it will give you the mind of an ethical hacker, even more so than doing one class a week. All right. So now, before I move forward, I know I said I got some more information I promised to give you. Let me tell you another quick story. And it all started with a Facebook post. And it's how this USB drive made me $150 in less than 15 minutes. Do the math, $150 in 10 minutes. How much is that an hour? All right, cool. We can talk about that later. So what happened was there was a friend of mine who had posted on Facebook that they had lost the information on their computer. And one of the things that we do in hack, they want to get pictures, just regular type of stuff. And most of the time, people think it's deleted, or when a computer goes down, it's all gone. But there are ways using certain devices that we know how to create, and I'll even teach you how to create it. A USB like this, where I was able to, I said, hey, let me try, bring it over, and I'll see if I can get this stuff. How much would you pay me? And they said 150. I didn't even say it. I probably could have said a higher price, and they would have said yeah. And so I got the computer, and they left because I thought I was gonna struggle. But I stuck the USB drive in, and using the things that I've learned, I was able to boot up in Kali Linux the Swiss Army knife of ethical hacking, as I like to say, actually hacking period, because both ethical hackers and non-ethical hackers use it. And in 15 minutes, I had all of the information that they wanted to get. And I got $150. Now, I could have turned that into a business in and of itself. Doing 10 of those a day, $1,500 a day, I don't think that's bad, and it's really, really, really simple. So that's just one of the things that you can do with something as simple as a USB drive. And yes, the USB drive came from Walmart. Yeah, it looks very familiar. I got that from Best Buy. Yeah, it looks very familiar, right? But I got a whole stack up. So what type of modules do we teach in there? First, the basics of ethical hacking. You need to know. Even some of the things I'll talk about today, we're going to do. Using your tools. Assessments and discovery, meaning, how are we looking for things when we're going out hacking? What does it take? Attacking, which is very important. What vectors to attack, when it comes to computers and peripherals. Also, we're doing web attacking. Whether it be SQL injection, using Burp Suite, all of those things. And most importantly, closing out a hack, what the clients actually pay for. We get a little deeper into those right now. So as we talk about, what is a hacker, as we talked about today, the elements of an ethical hack, setting up your lab. We're going to, walk you step by step on how to set up a state-of-the-art testing lab, how to maintain that lab. So once the class is over, you still have the ability to do what you do. Module 2, your tools, the basics of your hacking box, Kali Linux, like I said, that Swiss Army knife that has over 600 different tools inside, and we'll even show you how to upgrade that and add things to it. Using the Metasploit framework, what every hacker uses to get into systems. Hack the box, like we'll even go through different ways you can hack other things online legally that aren't even necessarily connected to us. Hackthebox.eu is a great website to practice on. And we'll even do some actual, as a part of our labs, walking through even those. Next, we go through assessment and discovery, information gathering, how to find things on social media, how to find things on on the internet, on web browsers, in trash cans, just all of that type of stuff. There's on one of our lessons, we go through Rihanna's scene on what's that called? Ocean's 8, and show how everything that she did started with information gathering, and everything that she did was possible. If you ever seen that movie, there's a part where she was able to hack into somebody's camera. Yes, we show how that even starts. Port and protocol discovery, where we show, how you look at once you find out what's running on the computer, what it actually means, identifying vulnerabilities. How can I hack into it? Then we go into attacking. Exploitation. Once you get in, what are you taking? How to crack passwords. Client-side exploits. Once you get inside somebody's machine, how to truly take over. Then we get into social engineering. How to use your mind. How to use your mouth. How to use, the different things to hack the human body. I mean, not hack the human body, hack the human mind. SQL injection, one of the largest and most prevalent attacks online. Wireless attacks, how to get information through Wi-Fi. What happens at a McDonald's? What happens at a Starbucks where people say it's not safe? Why is it not safe? And how you use that to your advantage. Post exploitation, meaning once everything is done, what exactly are you going to do? What trophies are you getting? What things are you leaving behind? Putting it all together, which is very important. How to develop a report, because companies pay for reports, plain and simple. They don't pay for all that you did. They pay for the paper that you give them at the end. Evidence maintenance, as you've gone through, how to record it, where to put it. Reporting, meaning, how do you actually hand it over to them? Making sure that you have management agreement and all of that. Presenting, when you're talking to, whether it be the management, the C-level folks, or you're talking to the actual client, the target, and all that stuff. Restoration, you can't just go into a place and hack them and then walk away. You have to make sure that that you leave them at least as good or better than it was when you got there. I know there was one issue where we actually left one of our hacking tools inside one of their systems, but we were able to get it out before we closed out the report. But restoration is very, very important. So this is how the class works, all right? And you're like, well, how does it even work? So there's 4 hours of instruction. And during that 4 hours, the interns and the teacher's assistants are there to help you through any questions and concerns. Also during that 4 hours, are hands-on interactive lessons in our custom-made labs, meaning you will get the addresses to, do step-by-step walkthroughs to get this done. We'll even give you a chance to, do some things that they're on your own, just like, hey, because what'll happen is by like day 2 or 3, you'll start to have ideas and, shout them out, and we'll even, go in depth and even doing some of those. Optional enhanced lessons led by our interns and staff, meaning how you can use, AWS, Azure, all that type of stuff. Now, as we talked about before, what if that time doesn't work? What if 11 o'clock to 3 p.m.? What if those 4 hours don't work? Maybe you work during the day. Maybe you're in school during the day. We have a solution for that as well. So we will have live moderated replays every evening, meaning that, after work time, we're going to replay the whole thing. And you're not just watching it on your own. You'll still be able to ask the same questions just as if it was being shown live, because myself and my interns will be there as well to help you through that. And on-demand replays, because if neither one of those times work, we still want you to be able to get all the information. You'll still be able to watch everything that everyone else did, have access to everything everyone else did. And I'll even show you how you'll be able to communicate with everybody, so that you still have the classroom experience. All right, so, and I know you're curious about price. You're like, well, how much does all this cost? Well, let's talk about the value. All right. So how much is it worth? How much would it be worth to you to be able to put on your resume, your curriculum vitae? I'm still not 100% sure what of those are, because I never had to use one. Or your LinkedIn profile, proficient in cybersecurity. How much is that worth to you? How much is it worth to have your inbox full and your phone off the hook with offers? I have not even updated my resume on Monster and LinkedIn and all these other places in so long, and I still get calls and emails every single day for jobs. All right. So let's talk about what you would pay on the open market. All right. The first course that I took was $3,000, and that was 8 years ago, and those prices have more than doubled now. Even self-paced online courses can cost nearly $2,000 for all of the information, and you won't even get all of the information that I'm giving or the support that I give. Because I'll tell you about even how you're able to interact with us post class. Um, and because of the demand on the market, all the content I'll be providing and sharing, I was told that I should not charge less than $2,500 per person for this week. That's $500 a day, right? Um, and I was even talking to a consultant earlier, and he said, Carl, you really have to raise your price. And I said, I'll do it one day, but I haven't yet. And you don't believe me? Here's the proof. I pulled this up today on the internet, and you'll see that's the price. The same thing, remote classroom, 5 days, the exact same week. Um, you know, the same thing, courseware, instructor-led class, labs, and exams, $39.95. Plain and simple. I'm telling you, that is what was on somebody else's website. And so that is what it is worth, if not more. And these were even discounted prices. All right. So just so you know. And trust me, once those classes are over, you probably won't hear from those instructors again. And that's nearly $4,000. But guess what? I'm not charging you that. I'm not, because that's not the kind of guy that I am. And because I know how tough these times are, and I also know how in demand the industry is. That after this, if I do decide to pay the 4Gs, I mean to charge the 4Gs because of your great testimonials, and I'm even going to show you how you can win some money from this, and you can earn some money back off your costs, all of that kind of stuff. Just stick around, trust me, I got you. I'll be able to do this at a high price because I ain't never gonna go this low again. I promise you that. But that's not the whole story. So that's my version of. But wait, there's more. As I talked about before, you will have on-demand classes because I know people have lives. So the on-demand classes, which is what normally people will go on a random site and look these things up and pay for it on their own to be self-paced. That would be $900 at the very least. It's because I want you to have the opportunity to go back if you want to and really understand what is being said. So you'll have access to my archive portal for an entire year. So you can go back at your own pace as many times as you want. On-demand access, that's over a $900 value. Then we have what I call my digital dorm room. And that right there is historic James Hall, the greatest dorm on the planet. That's where I stayed my freshman year, right here in room 507, where you have a community of fellow students you can ask questions, as I talked about, and get assistance. The ability to cheat off each other. Yes, it is encouraged. Ethical hacking is a team project. Trust me on that one. Daily updates on real-time happenings in the cyber world. And most of the time, to be in a community like that is $200 per year. So I'm adding that. Now, this final bonus that I'm adding was not my idea. The interns that I have, and I love these boys. However, they don't make stuff easy. But they made it happen, so I give it to them. And I really can't believe it. On-site interactive labs. Now, these are real-life scenarios, multiple mock servers and walkthroughs. And honestly, it is the most valuable part of this entire offer, more than the information that you're giving me, more than the practice that we'll do together. These things right here will actually will increase your knowledge exponentially in doing these. They'll show you how to set up your computer, how to customize it, even different ways to organize your different hacks. They're creating their own service, putting real software on there that you can hack and penetrate even at your leisure. And it's just more and more skills beyond just the different modules that I just talked about. And that in itself is valued at $3,000. Again, I'm not even sizing. You saw the price that I gave you. So let's say we add all this together. That price. So the online training classes, which should be $2,500, the $900, the $200, the $900 for the replays, the digital dorm room for $200, the weekly interactive labs should be $6,600. So I'm not done. I have a bounty program. So starting day 3 of the class, and this will only be open to people who are part of the class, there will be a $500 bounty open to all students. Yes, you will be able to win $500 by putting the skills that you've learned to use immediately, meaning there'll be one person that will win $500 by going through it. So all of that, plus everything that I've done and the opportunity to win most of your money back. And, and like I said, most places you'll go, you'll pay at least $4,000. I mean, at the very least, $2,500. I'm not even coming close to that. So you can do it for two easy payments of $450 or one payment of $797. Just go to http dot forward slash bootcamp.learnfromahacker.com. And it's up, it's running, it's a secure server. You can go right now, but don't go yet. I'm not finished. I'm not finished because I want you to have success because that makes me look good. I want you to talk about me to everybody. Everyone who successfully completes this course will receive $100 back. Plain and simple. You go through all, and this course is made for you to pass. So you will receive $100 just for completing this course from beginning to end. So all of that, you go from the beginning to the end and pass the test. And yes, we have study sessions. You get actually another 3 weeks to do the practical exam. And the exam is written as well as putting the things that you learned to work. So you end up getting $100 back. So it really wouldn't be that it'll be, $100 off of this should you complete it. So I'm giving you the opportunity to do it right, and get your money back. No school, I went to Hampton University. When I got to the end, they didn't give me any money back because I got my degree. They actually had a bill waiting for me, in order for me to be able to even get my degree. So all that to say, want to give you this opportunity to do it. So now, because I am an ethical hacker, I want you to have some remove any doubt in the buying process. When you go to that page, this is what you will see. You have the opportunity to, review it. And also, if you want to do the payment plan, you do the payment plan. And it'll, again, describe what you'll be getting. But for the next 24 hours, each student that pays in full, when I say pay in full, I mean whether you do the one-time payment or the 2 payments, you'll receive the Learn from a Hacker custom USB, which you can turn almost any computer into a hacking machine in minutes. And remember earlier when I talked about this device, that's what this is. You'll be able to get it. It is my favorite tool in the field. You have the ability to bypass client logins, uncover deleted files, perform cyber forensics, all of those things. And that in and of itself can be another $1,000. I mean, not thousand, excuse me, I'm slicing right there. No, $150. So I mean, you have all of that for you to be able to do it, and really quickly, and you learn all of these things in just a week. So quick results from day one. You'll have your own fully functioning hacking machine. That I guarantee, and you'll be able to start using it. I'm telling you, it is definitely worth it's definitely worth every dime. It's definitely worth every penny, nickel, everything that you want, any type of denomination you could think of is what it has. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, the floor is now open. Talk to me. I'll have just a few minutes to answer any questions that anyone may have moving forward, because I feel that hey, it's definitely, oh wow, somebody on the board already. Okay, nice. So yeah, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, speculations, please let me know. All right, well, if there are no questions, I'm going to go ahead and close out right now. Thank everybody for coming. I look forward to seeing you. If you end up with any questions later on, put them in the comments section. I will definitely answer them. Either myself or one of my staff of interns will have those going for you. I'm glad you all were able to come on out. Again, you know how to reach me. There's my not stool pigeon, carrier pigeon, email, snail mail, phone, text, DMs, Instagram, LinkedIn, everything. I'm not on TikTok. I feel like I'm too old for TikTok. My head too long for TikTok. All right, so nice talking to y'all. Wow, oh shoot, another sale came in. All right, yeah, y'all have a good one.